Alright, so this is my 2013 zx10r Kawasaki Ninja, and I took out the old clutch because it was slipping. If you see, it's only got 3,000 miles on it, so it shouldn't have been slipping. So whoever put the clutch in there put it in there wrong. You can see these friction plates here. You see how the wear is just totally weird and uneven, because the first friction plate has 48 little friction pads on it, and the last one as well has 48, but there's supposed to be 36 on the other 8, and the way they had it set up was they had 36, I'm sorry, they had 48, and then they went 36, 36, and then 48 again, which is totally wrong, because it's supposed to be the 48 plates, friction plates, or little friction pads on the first one and then on the last one. So whoever put it in there wrong. And there's also what's called a seat spring, which is a seat, which is this flat piece here. Looks basically like a washer. And then there's a seat spring or judder spring, which is, I don't know if you can see it, but it's concaved a little bit. Anyways, they had this pushed all the way back, and it's not supposed to be like that. It's actually supposed to go one friction plate, 48, one steel plate, then you set the seat, and then the seat spring. And the spring is concaved outwards, and that's how it has it in the book. So anyway, so my clutch was slipping, so I got a new one, which is all in here. I've been soaking the plates in oil for 24 hours. It's an EBC SRK clutch kit, full clutch kit, and it's got the plates and it's got the springs right here. The difference is it's actually deletes the spring, the judder spring. It deletes these and they give you this, which is an anti-chatter plate. Basically it's the same thing, because the way this works, the spring, the seat, and the seat spring, there's supposed to be a metal plate on this side and on this side. So this here takes care of that. And if you can see, I don't know if you can really see it, I can't really see it, but there's tiny little like wavy pieces of metal that kind of go like, do this number. And anyways, when you squeeze it down, I can't give it enough pressure, but it's supposed to act just the same way, so it deletes that out. So the same setup, the setup is the same, but in this kit, they're all the same. They're all 36. The EBC SRK kit, all the friction plates are identical, so it doesn't matter which way it's set. You just make sure that you set this spring or this chatter plate, friction plate chatter plate, friction plate, steel plate, friction plate, steel plate, alternating. Obviously on the end you want to end up with the friction plate, and in the beginning you want to begin with the friction plate. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and set this up. Hopefully you guys can see that. All right. Here's what the new plate looks like, and the old plate. There's not too much wear on these old plates because, I mean, there's some wear, but it's not much, only because whoever installed it wrong, so the wear became uneven. Anyways, here we go. I've been waiting a whole week to do this. And this is my first video. I decided that I was going to make a video because, well, I searched on YouTube and couldn't find one. So now friction plate, anti-chatter plate, which basically is the same thing as this seat and this spring. And it's supposed to go like this. So friction plate. Now I keep hearing on these here, there's a beveled edge, and then there's like a straight edge. I'm gonna put the straight edge out because that's what I've seen most of them. Honestly, I don't think it matters too much, but whichever way you decide to put it in, I would put them all facing the same direction. Like I said, I'm putting the flat edge out. Okay, now this last plate does not go on identical. You offset it by 1. So it fits in there nicely. Offset. I'm going to offset it counterclockwise by 1. I'm sorry, clockwise by 1. All right. Now I could have just ordered friction plates by themselves, but I went ahead and just ordered the whole kit, the whole clutch kit, which came with the friction plates, the steel plates, and also the springs for the pressure plate. Generally, you're supposed to change out your springs, you know, obviously if they're worn down a little bit, and you'll have to check the book to see. But these are the old springs and these are the new springs. As you can see, there's really almost no, just an off, I mean, a millimeter, if that. I mean, barely anything. So, but I'm going to use the new springs here. Check your bearing, make sure your bearing's good. Make sure it fits right in there nice. And obviously on this bike here, you've got these little notches here, and that's going to line up with here. As you can see, I marked it top, bottom, just so this way when I put my screws and everything back in there, my screws will go back identical. I kind of took everything out and just set it all out, so this way my screws will go back in the same holes. The screws on the clutch plate, I actually numbered them, and I went, you know, in order. Now for the pressure plate here, you're going to need even we're going to do it in a sequence here. Basically, you want to do it like a star pattern. change the ratchet here. Alright, now, finally, we got that. You need a torque wrench. It's going to be 97 inch-pounds. Inch-pounds, not foot-pounds. You put 97 foot-pounds of torque on there, you're going to bust them bolts probably. So I got a torque wrench in inch-pounds. And we're going to get this here. $97. 97. Boom. Okay. Next thing is gasket. In the book, in the service manual, it says to put right here, and I believe it's right here, some silicone, some gasket sealant, gasket silicone or whatever. I got a new gasket, and I'm just gonna put what do you call it? So a light layer of gasket sealer all the way around, front and back, just to make sure. Not goop it on there, just a light little coat. This is a Cometic gasket. I'm new to bikes and everything like that, sport bikes, and you know, I'm still trying to figure out what's good, what's not. But as for the most part, I've been riding bikes my whole life. I'm just kind of mocking it up here a little bit just to see. Alright, in case you're wondering what I was doing, I used this brush here. Just took the gasket sealer and all over it. But I'm just going to add a little extra like the book says. Right there. Right here. Make sure it's on there nice and good. Okay. Darn it. Problem with this pin here. Thought I messed up. Apparently I didn't. So, alright, I'm going to put these bolts back in here. I'm going to use a non-permanent thread lock, so this way if I ever have to take it back off again, it won't seize up on me or seize up on there. Clearly I had issues with the gasket and or with the clutch there. Huh?
You need a wire cutter?
No.
You need scissors?
No. I'm just saying, when I'm working, please don't bother me. Unless I'm doing something wrong. Even then, I still don't like to be bothered. It's all good, we got this. So I wanted to make this video because, like I said before, I didn't see anything about it. And I couldn't find anything anywhere about anything. And finally I just called one of my buddies, and he knows a whole bunch about bikes, and he's got a Ninja 600 ZX6, I think, but he's got the whole racing clutch and stretched out, and it'll keep up momentarily with this bike. But okay, now inch pounds, 87 inch pounds, and we're gonna do it in a sequence, in a specific order. So it's gonna go like this. Alright, we're at 97, 95, and 90, 85, 80, 85, 86, 87. Okay, this is going to be number 1.